Making an easy dinner tonight, crispy Parmesan garlic chicken with veggies. So I've got 4 chicken breasts with salt and pepper on them. I've got some melted butter. I've got my homemade breadcrumbs. You can use your favorite breadcrumbs or Italian breadcrumbs. I seasoned my breadcrumbs with the garlic Parmesan seasoning, and I've got some freshly grated Parmesan cheese that I'll be mixing in with my breadcrumbs before I coat the chicken. Once I get them coated, I'll be putting them in the baking pan, and then I'll get my veggies ready. I've got some potatoes, a zucchini, and squash, and I'll get those ready and bake it all at once in one pan. It's delicious, so let's start putting this together. I'm gonna go ahead and put my Parmesan cheese in the breadcrumbs and give that a quick stir before I start coating my chicken. I am loving these new little whisk tongs, y'all. So that's what I'm using tonight, and I'm just laying them in the chicken in the butter mixture and then flipping that over. I've already got a couple of them coated, and then right into my Parmesan and homemade breadcrumbs. I really do wish y'all could smell these. They smell amazing. But I'm loving how these tongs just pick these big pieces of chicken up. So I've got that coated, and I'll get my last one coated, and then we'll work on our veggies. And get this one in the pan, get all that seasoning. One more to do, and then we'll get our veggies ready. Okay, my chicken breasts are all coated and ready to go. So now we're gonna work on the veggies. I thought I would just show you, I get a lot of questions on this Rapid Prep mandolin and how you store it. So it does kind of hook together to store easily in your counter. So I'm going to take it apart and show you. I've already got it set on the back to the full slice, and I've got it on 5 for the thickness. So we're going to see how that does. You just open it up like so. You pull this down, and the blade is down inside. When I release this handle, the blade's going to come all the way up. So my hand never touches that blade. It's safely underneath, and then when I open it, it's safely up above. So then we're going to take our little food holder, or food chute you could call it, and hook that right on. This extra piece is for protection of your fingers when you're getting close, because your blade is going to go up and down, and the food is going to go in this way. So we'll start with a zucchini, and I will turn it so you can see it come out. Let me put it down this way. Let me tilt this down so you can see. It sure is a lifesaver. So that's getting close on my zucchini. So now I just put my food pusher. I'll do a squash for you real quick, and I won't make you watch me cut all of them up. That's a big old fat squash there, y'all. So now I have got those in nice thick slices. You see that's number 5 on the setting. And there's the zucchini. So I'm going to finish doing these 2 veggies and add my potatoes, and then I'll video what I'm doing to those before I add them to the dish. Stay tuned. Okay, y'all, that was super quick, and I've already rinsed some little baby potatoes. So I'm going to put those in as well. And I had a little bit of breadcrumbs left, so I'm just going to put those right in here. They're going to cook right along with my chicken, beside my chicken, so that will be fine to do. And then I'm going to just toss them a little and add a little bit of olive oil and some salt and pepper. I'm just going to drizzle about a tablespoon or so of olive oil on them and add some salt and pepper to my veggies. This is a delicious dish. Even my picky eaters tend to like this. Sometimes I put carrots in it also, but tonight I'm just doing the squash and zucchini. I had that I needed to use up. And I'll toss these together and get them all coated evenly as possible in some of that delicious breadcrumbs. And then I'll be adding them to the pan with my chicken. Okay, I've got all of those veggies around the chicken in this pan, and that is a pan full of goodness right there, y'all. You can see that the seasoning from those breadcrumbs stuck to those potatoes and zucchini and squash also. And what I will do next, I don't have much Parmesan cheese left. I think I'm just gonna grate some of that all over top of those veggies and maybe a little more on the chicken. And then I'm gonna pop this in the oven. I've got the oven preheated at 350 degrees. And I will come back on when it's done and show you what it looks like. Okay, I've got that Parmesan shredded on top, and y'all, if it looks any more delicious cooked than it does raw, we are in for a real treat tonight. Doesn't it look delicious? So now all we've got to do is pop it in the oven, and I will be back on when it's done to show you what it looks like. Okay, it is done. I have just taken it out of the oven, and it is still steaming. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. I love roasted veggies and I love chicken, so this is one of my favorite things. And I shared earlier today when I was making those breadcrumbs, and that was a lot, so I normally can freeze them in the container I had them stored in. But what I do is usually add a cup of breadcrumbs in a freezer-safe Ziploc bag, get all the air out, and then I have them ready to pull out from the freezer anytime I want to. And I love using this cake pan with lid. It's for casseroles too, just because it's called a cake pan. And I love it because it has a lid. So if I was taking this to somebody or not ready to eat yet, we could put this lid right on. And even if we have leftovers, we can put this lid on, put it in the refrigerator, and warm them up right in the same pan. I love using that pan too. So I'm gonna try to get some out and let you see what it looks like. Of course, that zucchini and squash, I wish now I would have put some carrots on there. Y'all, that looks so good. I love the carrots with the Parmesan on them, and they would have been really, really good in this dish. But I did not do it today, this time. So we've got any kind of veggie that you like, really, you could put in here. Let me get a couple more squash so you can see. I bet some chopped up onions would have been good in that too. There you go, y'all see that steam. Sometimes y'all ask me why I don't taste it, and that's why, it's just way too hot. But it's gonna be delicious. So thank you guys for watching, and I will share the recipe in the comments. And as always, the products that I'm using you can see on my website, and I'll have that in the description above the video. Thanks, y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.